this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So as part of getting organised, I have this shelf unit here. It is very, very, very cluttered with all sorts of things. And what I would like to do ultimately is try and clear at least one of the shelves so that I can have a lot of my books, you know, that I use for my junk journals and things. Like, you know, the lovely kids' books and things. I mean, I do have more books, but they are downstairs, hidden away in a cupboard downstairs. So these are just like, you know, the books that I grab when I'm up here, and then just every so often I bring some more books up from downstairs. I also have some books in the boot of my car, would you believe? So, yep, this is not the extent of my rubbish. But what I would like to do ultimately is try and clear at least one of these shelves so that I can put, you know, the books kind of as they should be on the bookshelf. So obviously a lot of this stuff, you know, I just need to kind of clear up and move around. But I have, you know, canvases and things here that, whoops, I had even forgotten I have. I mean, look, I've got, you know, photo mounts, you know, all sorts of stuff here. But I have these canvas boards, which I have gone through phases where I've made sort of canvases and things. So I thought, let's get out some of these things and either try and utilise them in, you know, journal forms, or at least make some canvases that I can actually, you know, get finished, and then they're no longer, you know, taking up room on the shelf. So I've got these couple here, which as you can see, I mean, I've kind of painted these and, you know, done them sort of already. I've got a book there that I need to, you know, get rid of. Probably, you know, put downstairs in the kitchen because it's just a sort of kids cooking one. But I've got obviously photo albums and things like that. So, I mean, I can move them to a cupboard downstairs, you know, where the other photos are. But I also have like little packs of canvas boards here. So, you know, I've got quite a bit of stuff really that I thought I'm going to get crafting, make some things, or, you know, use these somehow in my journals. So we'll see what we can come up with. It may be an epic fail. I don't know yet. But yeah, let's kind of take this stuff to the desk and see how we get on. Right then, so I have brought along a variety of things that we're just going to decorate this canvas up with. Now, I have to say, it is a really long time since I've done any canvases. So, you know, it may be that I'm very, very rusty and it will be truly awful, but I thought let's come along and we'll just see what we can create. So all I've done, I've grabbed a bunch of kind of papers and sheet music and things like that. Anything at all that I thought might be useful. I've also grabbed some vintage images, which I thought would be really nice on canvases. So I'm going to have a play around. You know, who knows, we might manage to make more than one, or maybe make one today, one another day, or whatever. We'll kind of see how we get on. And I've also brought along some verses here from that lovely book of verse that Laura had gifted me some time ago, because I thought we might just, you know, tear out just a little section or something and have it somewhere. I obviously have stamps with me. I've got inks and things like that. I've got these doilies. Now this was one that, you know, you can see I kind of started it obviously a long time ago. Got as far as doing my kind of green background, and it's got some gold edging. Stamped this sentiment here. I don't know whether I want that there now, so I might just cover that up. Got some numbers. Got some of my little book plates, which are green now because they've been food dyed. And then I've got some of my fussy cuts from my Blue Book favourites. I think this was set 2, not that pansy, but these ones I think were, because they're quite big. I also have some stamps here. I just literally did kind of a little bit of stamping to see what it came out like, because I mean, I don't even think that I really ever used these, to be honest. Had them like, I mean, for 10 years or something. They were kind of kid stamps, just those big foamy ones. But I thought we might be able to just stamp on here, you know, the word create or something like that. We'll just see how we get on, and yeah, just have a play, and hopefully we will have something lovely at the end of this. Who knows? We will just, you know, well, we'll just see what evolves. So I guess really my first thing that I would like to do is decide which image that I want to have on here. So I did pick this one out, this lovely colourful one. But yeah, I'm not sure that I'm feeling that right now. So I really like both of these. I may use this one. These are from a vintage book. Now, what I might do I want to tear that down or cut it? I mean, obviously in my journals, I tend to tear and I really like that look. Obviously this is a canvas and, you know, I don't know whether I will be able to carry off the same tearing theme as I do in my journals, if you see what I mean. But let's just go for it because, you know, we're just here to have a bit of fun, really. So, well, really to have a bit of fun and to use up some things so that I've got that space on that shelf. So let's just tear that along. Okay. So, I mean, it's a lovely picture, which of course helps and makes things, you know, easy to work with once, you know, if they're a nice picture in the first place. So we've got that there. Now, as you can see, I mean, that's quite green and sort of gold. And straight away takes on a completely different look once you start adding this kind of more teal colour. I am very drawn to this, but I realise that that's not necessarily everybody's cup of tea. So, I mean, I also have some of the green coffee dyed doily, you know, which is possibly, you know, more to other people's liking. So I might have to sort of go for that because otherwise I'm probably not really appealing to the masses. I'm probably just appealing to the very minority. So, I mean, I'm just going to kind of layer it up and things a little bit as we do a junk journal, I think. I've got here, as I say, some of the sheet music and things. So I don't know how this will look because, you know, I haven't made canvases for a long time, and to be fair, when I didn't really use things like sheet music and things like that. So, you know, we'll just kind of see what evolves through here. So again, just tearing that down. Maybe just have that kind of there. Something like that. Would be like that. Maybe even kind of sideways on is quite nice. Would we prefer it kind of more, you know, to one corner rather than in the centre? That might be better, mightn't it? And probably I'd best ink these pieces before I'm gluing them down, to be honest. So that's, whoa! Oops, here we go. Yep. Straight away I'm knocking things flying. That's because I had piled the other canvases up beside me. So clearly that was not a very good idea. Right. So let's kind of do this. I'm going to cut out one of these, I think. I mean, probably journal because that's what we all do. And I thought these ones were quite good because they're nice and big. Like that. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this off of the desk. Well, not off of the desk, but to the side. I'm going to move this off of the desk and I'm going to just ink up my sheet music and my book image so that they're, you know, ready to go, ready to be used and glued on. And then, as I say, I have already obviously painted the base of that canvas and I've edged around it in gold. So what I'm thinking is let's do a bit of, and I'm saying this, I'm now best check that I've got it. I was going to say some gold embossing on the canvas, but I had best check that I have got some gold embossing powder before I do that. So I'll just ink this up and then I will just check my supplies. So, right, let's have a look. I moved my embossing powders behind me, because to be honest, I don't really use them very often anymore. So let me just have a look, and then we'll see about doing that. Right, well, I have got a bit of gold. I mean, not huge amounts, but I mean, obviously you don't really need a lot of embossing powder. So. Okay, right, get my heat tool. Now, unfortunately, my heat tool is plugged in behind my desk, so I will not be able to film that. So what I'm going to do is show you kind of the stamping, show you the, you know, putting the powder on, take it off and heat emboss it, and then obviously bring it back. So you will be missing bits, but hopefully, you know, nothing too interesting. Right, okay. So what I've got here, I've got a brand new Versamark, one of those sticky, you know, the Versamark sticky ink pads. I've had that for quite a while, but I hadn't opened it until today. And I've got just here a stamp block, and I'm going to put that underneath the canvas so that when I stamp it, I've got something sort of hard to stamp onto, because otherwise, you know, it's pretty flimsy there. Now, let me just, let me just stamp off my stamp. I'm going to use my favourite because I love this. So I'm just stamping it off to make sure it's cleanish. Doesn't have to be too clean because of course we are going to be embossing, but you know, you don't want it too dirty, I guess. Now, what I should do, again, I haven't done any embossing for a while, so I'm a bit out of practice. So I'm just going to have a little bit of paper to be able to dust my embossing powder onto. So let's, ink this stamp up, and might have quite a bit of this stamp here in this corner maybe. So we just press that down. Now, I am not worried if this stamp is bitty, if you see what I mean, rather than in its complete form. I don't mind that at all. Now, what I'm going to do, and you can see I've got kind of pink edging where obviously that stamp was not that clean. That's, you know, again, that's fine. So I'm just going to put my gold embossing powder over. Just shake it along. Okay. And then I'm just going to now heat emboss that. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So hopefully you can see we've got sort of a nice gold corner there, which looks really pretty. So what I'm going to do is kind of mimic that, I think, here, and then I might just have a little bit kind of flooding up this side as well. So again, I'm just going to pop this under here. So I've got just something a little bit more solid to sort of press onto. And I'm just going to probably stamp just this section, which I tend to use a lot when I'm doing my journals. So just going to stamp that on there like that. Oh my gosh, look at how pink that looks. So let's hope that the gold's going to cover that up, otherwise I've really mucked this up. So okay. Okay, so I'm just going to again heat emboss that as well. Okay, so now we've got obviously two really nice gold corners, and all I'm going to do is just kind of like stamp a little bit of random stamping up here. Now I'm not going to bother with my block underneath there because I'm just literally going to do it kind of more on the edge. So much for my lovely brand new stamp ink pad. It's already now bright pink. And then just go in that way just to finish that off. Okay, so again, just going to now put my powder on. Yep, I really do need to buy some more powder, so I've only just had enough to do this canvas. Okay, so I'm just going to now emboss. Okay, so now we've got obviously 2 really nice gold corners, and all I'm going to do is just kind of like stamp a little bit of random stamping up here. Now I'm not going to bother with my block underneath there because I'm just literally going to do it kind of more on the edge. So much for my lovely brand new stamp ink pad. It's already now bright pink. And then just go in that way just to finish that off. Okay, so again, just going to now put my powder on. Yep, I really do need to buy some more powder, so I only just had enough to do this canvas. Okay, so I'm just going to now emboss that. Okay, I'm back. So hopefully you can see we've got kind of a nice like border for our canvas there. So I'm going to pull in the bits that we inked up just now. And we had like the sheet music and the lovely picture, and then the green doily, which just, you know, sets it off really pretty or really nicely. And I thought we could have one of the numbers maybe there or something. Looks quite pretty. Now we could stamp some things like some text or something around the edge, and I'm just going to use this one here, and what I'm going to do, I think, is text it sorry, not text it, stamp it in black so that it's something, you know, quite striking. So I would just bring in my black stays on. Now what I'll do is again remove our bits, and I'm going to turn it upside down because I like to use, you know, more this section of the stamp. I might use the top, but probably not kind of all over. So if I just do it upside down, and I don't really need to kind of put anything underneath this because I'm just pressing very gently, just so as we've got, you know, a bit of stuff in the background there. Like that. Maybe a bit over there. A bit down there. Okay, and then I'm going to just take that top part with the like header and the stamp, maybe just pop that there. Okay, so that looks quite nice. Just move that slightly. So bring our things back here now. And just again pop that down. Got our number. Now what did I do with that journal? So maybe that, like that. And then we had that verse. So let me just get that, which obviously slipped off of the desk with everything else. So hold on. Oops. Oh no, it's all stuck together and I can't really get to it. Hold on. All the pieces of paper were then stuck together. So let's have a look and see. What have we got here? I'm just looking for one that, you know, hopefully is a nice, you know, has nice words and things. So okay, so this probably is quite a nice section. So we'll just tear that down. I'll just tear that round there. Don't know whether I want the title of that or not, so let's just hold it there for a minute. And then I'm thinking, you know, oops, I might have it here, or would we have it? Oh, I don't know now. Or should we have it kind of like here? Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Perhaps we'll have it like that. Yeah, perhaps like that. So I probably will tear this down. Now, whether to keep that title, probably not. Might have to take my cardigan off in a minute. It's getting quite hot up here. Just check that I don't want it underneath. No. I think over the doily piece. Like that. Oh, that's quite nice, yeah. Okay, so that's quite nice. Now, I'm just going to take my cardigan off because I'm getting quite warm already. I don't know whether we now want any flowers or not, because obviously at the moment it's quite colourless. So we might want to just add some flowers. And obviously I've got these from my glue book favourites, and you know, the bonus of these is they're quite big, because this canvas is, well, I don't know now what size it is, because as I say, you know, it's been there for ages, but I mean, it's got to be 10 by 10 or 12 by 12, I don't know, it's quite big anyway. So, you know, we want something that's going to take up quite a bit of room. So let me get my Mod Podge now, because that's how I'm going to obviously stick everything down. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just pop a couple of things down, and then we can start, you know, moving things around and working things around. So first of all, actually, before I forget, I'm just going to ink these couple of bits up. So in fact, what I could do is just glue this down first. So I'll just pour a bit of Mod Podge in the lid there. Oops, let's hope I don't knock it over, because I put it just behind me on the floor. So just take my brush. And I am going to Mod Podge over the whole of this canvas, so it doesn't really matter if I'm getting Mod Podge on the canvas, because at the end I will actually go over the whole lot so that it's got that cohesive, you know, one piece look about it. So we'll just pop that down there like that. Oops, it doesn't seem to want to stick today. Maybe I didn't really use enough Mod Podge. There we go. As I say, I mean, I haven't made a canvas for a really long time, so a little bit out of practice, to be honest, but I just thought, you know, something fun to do, and obviously, you know, gets this stuff now off of my shelves. And you know, why have it stuck on shelves when actually somebody might actually enjoy, you know, having these, and of course, you know, we might enjoy making them. So it was a, you know, a whole bunch of reasons. Right, now what I'm going to do here is stick this down. So I'll just take some more Mod Podge and might just put it straight onto the brush. I'm just going to paste that down so that we can then just pop that whole doily piece down. And can you hear it's like scratchy when it's running over this embossed bit? Okay. So just like that. Just then stick that down. Oops. Okay. Honestly, the lengths that we go to just clear a shelf. Right. So you can see, I mean, I'm getting quite a few wrinkles here because obviously that doily, you know, it's very thin paper. So, you know, but I don't mind. And don't forget, obviously our pieces are going to be stuck on there anyway, covering that up. So it's, you know, it's fine. So let me just move the Mod Podge out of the way, and I'm just going to move the canvas out of the way also, so that I can just ink up, and I'm going to, oops, don't need to ink the picture up, but I'm going to ink up and I will do a few flowers, anything that I think we might be likely to use. So just going to pull in like these, just in case I might use that. This one, obviously, this one. And do we have anything else in here we're likely to use? Let's just check. Got that one again, that one. You know, I'd probably stick with those ones, I think. So, yeah, okay. So let me just pop these back in to the packet. And I think I said before, but I mean, I'm just keeping all my pieces now in these little file folders. So, you know, it's a really nice way to just keep it all together. Right, here I just got a little bit of cutting to do because it's not quite cut round enough. So I'll just trim that off. Okay, right, so I will just ink up all of these little bits, and you know, doesn't matter whether I decide not to use them, they're then inked and ready. So like that. And this one. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I used to really love making the canvases, and I used to sell them on eBay. I mean, eBay I didn't find particularly great for selling handmade things, I've got to be honest. But yeah, and then I discovered junk journals, and so kind of stopped making them really. But obviously I still have got, you know, several of the canvas blanks left. And I'm going to have a bit of a play around, I think, at doing some covers with the canvases. But I just thought, well, actually, before we do that, I might as well, you know, make a couple of canvases, because that might be something fun to do. And, you know, it might just inspire maybe some people to try some new things, or, you know, do some new stuff. And I mean, obviously these green ones, I mean, I had actually already painted them and everything, so they were literally ready to go. So it was just good to use them, because they were literally ready to be used. And I'm just going to ink this first, very slightly, kind of more around the edges really, like that. I don't think I really need to do the bottom, because I think that's going to be covered up by the picture, but I will just do that just in case. There we go. Right, oops, was about to put the Mod Podge lid on the ink pad then. Right, let's pull the canvas back in, like that. And we just want to have our little rhyme up there. So again, let me just take some Mod Podge. Again, I'll just like pour it straight onto the brush. Apply it directly to here. Oops, and just put it down there. Okay. And just make sure that's stuck down nicely. Okie dokie, right. And then I can get that nice picture in. Oops. Like that. I'm just going to have that there. So again, let me just apply a bit more Mod Podge. Then Mod Podge over that. Oh, this is really fun. I had forgotten how fun these canvases were, to be honest. I mean, these are obviously very different to the ones that I had made previously, because obviously I, you know, I'm kind of drawn to different supplies now, but I mean the technique's kind of the same, and yeah, they're really fun. So it's nice to do a revisit for me, you know, it's really nice. Right, so that's that. Now, what did I do with our number? Oh my gosh, what did I do with our number? Right, let's put those stamps away, and that's one less thing fighting for attention on the desk. So we're going to have this down here, I think. Oh, there it is. There it is. Going to have that up there. Just kind of in a bit, I think. Now the flowers. I mean, I love colour, and so for me, you know, I'm drawn to colour and wanting to add the flowers. I don't know whether to other people they kind of would prefer it without the flowers. You know, I mean, I just really do love colour, really, but yeah, I mean, I realise sometimes my taste isn't necessarily kind of everybody's taste, but you know, you've got to just do sometimes what you're drawn to doing, haven't you? Okay, so let's just pop these couple of things down, and a lot of these wrinkles also, they're going to go when it sort of dries. They'll be, you know, they'll go, so don't worry too much. I mean, that one there I've now sort of cracked, but I mean, actually that just makes it look quite old, which is kind of nice. So I'm just going to take a bit more Mod Podge there. Just pop that little number down here, like that. Okay, right, now I'm going to just glue this flower definitely, because this is not too coloured, so hopefully that wouldn't be too, you know, out of people's realms of, you know, sort of using bright colours. So let's just pop that down. Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of these wrinkles are going to go because, I mean, it's pretty saturated at the moment. You know, so don't worry too much. If, you know, if you were doing one and you've got lots of wrinkles, a lot of them are going to disappear once you know, once it dries. Now, do we want to add the colourful flowers or stick with, you know, toned down? I mean, I do love the colour. And I just think, oh, not everybody does, to be honest. Oh, I can't decide. So I might put this flower up here, because that, to me, you know, that feels like it does go really nicely up there. And again, you know, it's not kind of really in your face or anything, so hopefully would not be too terrible. So, oh, sorry about that. My daughter's just calling Daddy. Probably just looking for something, to be honest. Her room's always a tip, so if she's looking for something, she often has to call for help. Okay. Right, now obviously I am going to go all over this with Mod Podge, but you know, not right this second. So that's those bits. Now I've got this here, which I think I will pop down there. So again, let's just stick that on. Just make sure that's kind of straight. Okay. Like that. Now what I might do is, once this dries, I might pop a brad on here. You know, my brad's on the end
because I do really like that. But, you know, you don't have to. Now, I'm debating whether or not to put lace and things on this. So let me just put some Mod Podge like around the piece itself, so as it's all covered completely. Like that. So I might just see if I've got some more of these flowers in a second, and you know, we'll maybe add some more, but just for the minute I'm just going to go over all of it, so that if I do add lace, the whole canvas is now Mod Podged and I don't then have to Mod Podge over the lace. I have done that sometimes, and it's I don't think I've done it on a canvas. I have done it a couple of times on a journal cover. I quite like it because it makes the lace go really sort of I don't know what I would describe it as, to be honest, what texture I would actually describe it as, but it just brings out something quite interesting in the lace anyway. Sorry about that, my daughter's come up now. Yeah, it just brings out something sort of interesting in the lace, but I'm not going to do that on here. So let me just see whether I've got any more of those whiter flowers. So, oops. Sorry, now there's a fly in here as well, so it's a fly, darling. Don't worry. Have a look. Well, that's typical, isn't it? I don't think I've actually got any more of those white flowers. Oh, there's one. So I'll just pull that one out. Do I have any more? No, no, no. What's that one? Hold on. No. No, that's annoying, isn't it? So I just have that one left. So it's kind of partially cut out, so I'll just finish cutting that out just in case we want to have it anywhere else. I don't know whether we do, but oh, that's quite nice on there. You see, everything I put on here, I think, oh, that looks nice, that looks nice, that looks nice. But again, you know, I do realise that not everybody likes things quite so smothered as I do. So I'm going to try and be restrained and not smother it in too much stuff. So let's just cut this down. Okie dokie, right. So again, I'll just ink this up. I don't know really whether I'm going to have this anywhere, but you know, at least now we've got it cut out ready. So, I mean, I might just cut the dangly bits off and we could have it somewhere so it's not a dangly one. So if I just cut around that. Whoops. Just so it's, you know, a different shape. And then we could have it sort of there or something. So let me just pop that again to one side while I just ink this up. Like that. Oops. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I mean, we could have it there or we could have it here. What do you think? I'm just, again, standing up because I really do think you do get, you know, quite a different perspective sometimes when you do look down rather than just looking, you know, up above. So I quite like it there, I think. So let's just glue it down. So. And again, I'm just going to add the Mod Podge to the flower. So, I mean, as I say, my canvas is very soggy at the moment. You know, so it's not sort of ideal for touching and things. But, I mean, once it's dry, it will be fine. Okay. Right, let's move that out of the way. So, I mean, it's looking really nice now, I think. Now, my only other thing was obviously I was going to play around with stamping, you know, possibly the word create. Now, I don't think I'm going to do that now. Let me just bring in those where I kind of stamped. Yeah, that would look quite ugly on there. So, it's a case of, do we now want to put any lace on here? Just hopefully it's kind of fitting into the screen. And if we do have lace, of course, why wouldn't we have some bling? No, I don't like it up there. Not over keen in the middle, so I think it would have to go over here. Just see what other sort of trims that I've got. Got those flowers, they're quite nice. Let me just have a look in my cupboard where I've got my little flower trims. So hold on a moment. Oops. Just got my little flower trims down here. I mean, these are sort of grey colour, but I mean, I could ink them up. These, which, oh, actually they might be better. I thought the grey would be best, but actually I think these would be better. Okay, so if I just cut off 4 of those, I think like that, and might just cut off a couple here just in case I want them up there. I don't know whether I do. Let's just, oops, put this away. Back in the cupboard. I might just ink this lace up slightly. So, oops, I'll just move that to the side. Let's just ink it up a little bit. Like that, and then I might just ink these up a little bit. I mean, as I say, they are gold, but let's just sort of ink them up a tiny bit. And where's the others there? Just ink those ones up as well. Just again, just a little bit. Okay. Oops. Things slipping down here. Oh, the only thing is I'm covering up those. I can never remember the name. Is that like a treble clef? I feel silly even saying that in case it's completely not. It's probably not. But I like the look of those. So I probably want to keep them visible. So these ones here, I think. Yeah, I quite like it like that. So I'm just going to use my fabric glue and just glue this lace down here. So again, I'm just going to apply the glue straight to the lace. Okay, like that. And we'll just pop that down there like that. Okay, so that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then we just pop these on like that. Okay. Do we like these up here? Yeah, I think so, because when you take them away, it looks really quite boring, doesn't it? You know, when you put them back, you think, oh yeah, kind of does need them. Or do we like them? Do we like them coming down there? Let's just have a look. I quite like them like that, actually, strangely enough. So I might have to put them on like that. Okay, press them down. Right, okay. So that's that. Now, I normally, when I have made canvases in the past, I like to just have, you know, staple gun some ribbon on the top to hang that with. I wouldn't hang it, i.e. from the ribbon. I would hang it, you know, a nail here, but then have the ribbon pulled up as a decorative piece. So yeah, I think I will do that. I will probably need to dig out some coordinating ribbon, so it may take me a little bit of time to actually kind of find some ribbon. But yeah, that's our canvas. I will come back obviously and show you once it's dry, when hopefully, you know, it's looking less soggy and saturated. But I hope that you like it, and I just, you know, I'm keen to obviously start clearing up so that I can free my shelf up. So I may come along and do another one if you guys would like to see another one. Then yeah, I hope that you liked it, and have fun if you make one. So thanks very much, and see you again soon. Thanks then. Bye.